So, it's Friday. That's good news. Bad news about being Friday is it's raining more and more and more. I don't know why it won't stop raining. I hate Ohio weather. Anyway, though, I wanted to make this video because somebody said something to me earlier today that kind of got me thinking about it, and I think that it's something that should be talked about every now and again. It's that theory that your mom and dad talked about to you when you were a kid, about how, you shouldn't hang out with the wrong crowd, how the people you hang out with, influence you and whatever you choose to do and your decisions and yada, yada, yada. But I'm going to put it in an adult perspective. Now, I'm not talking about bad influences as far as drugs and drinking. I'm talking about, because we all already know, those are bad influences you should not be involved in, yada, yada. I'm not going to stress on that. But I'm talking about the influences in the workplace, your influences in life in general. You should surround yourself with awesome people all the time. And what I mean by awesome people that aspire to be better and aspire to do better. Not people that are cool with standing still. You never stand still. You don't stand still. That's always been one of my philosophies ever since I was younger in wrestling. You never stand still. Standing still is the equivalent of dying. And a lot of people these days stand still. They're cool with standing still. They're happy with where they're at. And I'm not trying to get on anybody that's happy with where they're at in life or happy with what they have in life. I'm never going to pass judgment on you. If you're happy and you don't want more or you don't want to do better or whatever, that's your prerogative. I'm never gonna point fingers at anybody and be like, you should want more out of life and you should want to do better. Okay? But I am going to say the people that do want more and do want to do better, you should surround yourself with other people that are like-minded when it comes to that. And I'll tell you why. I've noticed in my own influences that some of the people that I used to hang around, and I did say used to, were bad for me. And what I mean by bad, they held me down. They kept me from achieving things, and they stopped me from getting where I wanted to go. And they did it without wanting to do it. It's not like it was a goal in their mind to do that. And it wasn't like I purposely hung out with them for that reason at all. But it happened because they stood still. They were comfortable with where they were at. They were comfortable with their lifestyle, their choices, and what they were doing, and they didn't want to change. They didn't want any better. I wanted better. But the problem is, if you want better, you've got to be around people that are like you, that have that same fire, that same inspirational push, that same drive to do better, to have better for yourself, for your family. So I've been doing my best to be a little bit more conscious, more aware about the people I hang out with now. And what I mean by people I hang out with, I don't really have that much of a social life. It's not like I have a social life. My life consists of family and work for the most part, and the gym, but that's really it. But I noticed that some of the people that I associate with, or did associate with, held me back. They drug me down. They I don't know. They had a negative impact on me. And I've been noticing that the more I get myself around people who want to do better, that strive to go further in life, the more I get around that, the more I want to do it. And the more drive and the more passion and the more fire it gives me. to push. And I'm not trying to hype anybody up, not my friends, not myself, not anybody. This goes to all people. Everybody out there that's watching this, anybody out there in the world in general. Everybody is influenced by the people they hang with. And I know that, again, that's like that thing your mom and dad always told you about. You know, you shouldn't hang out with the wrong crowd. It's true, though. It's really true. It's true as a child. It's true in your young adult years. And it's true in your older adult years. The people you hang with influence the direction that your life goes. That's why I tend to lean towards those that go beyond the normal. Average is one of those things that is average. Any given day you get up out of bed, you can be average. It just, average is average. You wake up, you get out of bed, you can be average. But the thing is, you should want more than average. You should strive for more than average. You should get out of bed, you should want to set fire to what you do. No matter what it is. You know, and I'm not talking about you got to be passionate about what you don't got to be in love with your job to set fire to your job. You can go to your job and you can put on a fucking insane show. Not really because you care about your job, but because that's who you are. And then again, you could wake up, be average, go to work, do what you have to do, and go home. I'd like to think, though, that if you're ever going to get anywhere further in life than where you're at, you have to go beyond average. Average doesn't... The one percenter, the one percenters, they're not average. They don't do average things. They don't live average lives. They never have. Before they became one percenters, they were never average. They never woke up and lived average. They were doing things that nobody else was doing. They were trying to accomplish things that nobody else was accomplishing. And they got to where they're at because they did nothing average. They pushed themselves. And that's why they accomplished what they accomplished. They got where they got. And I'm not saying that everybody, this advice is going to make you become a one percenter, but it will make you a better person. It will help move you and motivate you in the right directions and to take the right steps to get out of average. There's an inspirational speaker I listen to. He's phenomenal. I listen to him all the time. Kind of obsessed with him, honestly. Eric Thomas. In his YouTube videos, he goes by E.T. Guy's amazing. He was a high school dropout. He left home, lived in abandoned buildings. He did all this crazy stuff. His choice, because, that's where his background was. That's where he came from. But somebody got in him and lit that fire inside of him. No, he's one of the biggest inspirational speakers out there. I mean, the guy's amazing. He's making lots of money. He's got a complete empire all on his own. And it really wasn't sweet science. It wasn't somebody handing him anything. He worked for it. He worked for everything he got. But anyway, he said something in a message that I listened to this morning, and it's kind of the catalyst to this video, because I listened to this message, and then after I listened to this message, I had somebody at work make a comment about it, so that's what prompted it. But he said in this message that eagles don't fly with pigeons. And that means so much in that small little tidbit comment. He's right. Pigeons don't. Fly with eagles. Why? Because they're not the same. They're not the same. Pigeons, they scour for food. They don't really have a drive. They don't have a mindset. Eagles, they have a drive. They have a mindset, and they push themselves. And they push themselves so hard to survive and to achieve whatever that daily task is. And that's what sets pigeons and eagles apart. So eagles don't fly with pigeons because they're not only are they not the same bird, but they're not in the same mindset. And it's the same way with us humans. You don't work in the same mindset, you don't hang out together. Your mindset is influenced by the people you hang with. And if you're hanging with the wrong crowd, it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal for you. It's a bad deal. I mean, you could be that good influence, don't get me wrong. But chances are, if you're hanging out with bad influences, people that don't want to go anywhere, people that are standing still, that's what you're going to become, because that's probably your primary crowd. Those are probably the primary people you kick it with. You should get out of that. I don't know. Food for thought. If you disagree, don't agree, agree, whatever, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the video and let me know what you think. Let me know your opinion about it. But I just wanted to throw that out there.